Today's episode, I've titled it Your Support Network. I'd made up my mind I was going to live life whilst I was losing life. Welcome to my YouTube channel, The Real and Undiluted. On this platform, you are guaranteed real life experience that I'll be sharing with all my viewers. And if you're watching me for the very first time, I encourage you to kindly subscribe. When you do subscribe, you will be notified each time that I upload new videos. And I ask you to like, send me your comment, or you may want to DM me, and I'll be more than happy to engage and discuss in detail of any of my episode that you want me to talk more about. Last week was episode 1, and it was titled "The Battle is in Your Mind." Yes, the battle is in your mind. As a man thinketh, so he is. I encourage you to visit my platform and watch that video, because there'll be one or two things that you can draw from that short clip to encourage anyone, especially anyone that may be going through cancer. August 10, 2023, I was diagnosed of leukemia. And I remember on that fateful day when I sat in the consultant room and he broke the news. It was as though my life came crumbling down. Cancer is terrible. The news of cancer can be devastating, can be overwhelming. And I remembered having made up my mind what step to take. I decided that I was not going to tell my mother, because I had to protect my mother, because I cannot imagine the damage the news can cause on my mother. And with that in mind, I was also forced not to tell my siblings, because I don't want my mom to know. And my family is a very, very emotional family. We're very emotional. When one cries, the rest of us, we're going to cry. When one is down, the rest of us will be down. So we are very emotional, and we are sort of emotionally attached. So I did not want to place that burden on any of my siblings in the bid to protect my mother. But my support network had to be my nuclear family, my wife, my son, and my daughter. And I did say to them, when I broke the news to my son and my daughter, I said to them, I don't want this news to go out to anywhere, because I had to protect my mother. And I must say, they did just that. And I also said to them, I don't want you to, I don't want this news to be overwhelming. I don't want us to see you, to look at any of you eyeball to eyeball, and to see you worrying for me, because that's going to further affect me. And they did just that. And I'm forever grateful for them. So my support network was my nuclear family. I'm not suggesting in any way that you shouldn't tell your siblings, or you should not tell your mom if you get diagnosed with cancer. What I'm saying is you need to decide who your support network will be, because you will need your support network. You will need them. And in selecting your support network, it's very, very important that you choose people that are of like mind, like yourself, people that believe what you believe. In my case, I said to the consultant when I heard the news, I said to my consultant, I'm going to beat this. So I needed my support network to have the same belief, to encourage me throughout the whole journey that I will beat leukemia. So it's important that in selecting your support network, that they are of like mind. And on this channel, it's real and undiluted. I'm not going to gloss over anything. I'm not going to go plate. I'm just going to share raw experience that I went through, raw experience. So yes, I had my support network. And for instance, my wife, we did not agree every time. We didn't agree every time. A case in point, because my job entailed that I had to travel a lot, both long haul flight and short distance flight. And the doctor said, well, Mr. Lua, because when you are undergoing chemo treatment, it affects your immunity. The chemo attacks all the cells, the good and the bad. It's terrible. And as a result, you are open to infection. So it was just common sense. It was reasonable for my doctors to have advised me not to travel because on the plane, when you mix with people at the airport, you can catch infection. And the last thing they want is, whilst trying to treat me and fight the leukemia, then they have to now worry about other infections, which can actually complicate the situation. So hence, logically, that was a good advice. And please hear me and hear me good. Doctors are doing their job. They do good job. Um, but in my case, because I was trying to protect my mind, I'd made up my mind I was going to live life whilst I was losing life. It was a decision that I'm not going to let this situation of leukemia to make me to begin to wind down on life. And so accepting that advice was a tall order for me. So I made a compromise with the doctor and I said to the doctors, okay, I hear you, but I'm afraid uh, I have to travel to Amsterdam because I had an important program that I'm handling for my office. And the flight from the UK to Amsterdam is just 45 minutes. So that was the compromise I had to make, i.e., okay, I'm going to shut down on all long haul flights. I'm not going to travel to Cayman Islands. I'm not going to travel to APAC or Asia. I'm not going to travel to the US. But for the short haul flight to Amsterdam, because I meant to go every other week, I said, no, I'll have to do that. And the reason I had to decide that way is because taking that advice in totality was creating fear in me. It meant that I would start to shut down on life. And I didn't want to tolerate any fear. So that was why I had to decide, no, doctor, I will still have to do my short haul flight. So with my wife, she wasn't happy with that because she loves me, and any wife would want her husband, please listen to the doctors, get well quick. So she wasn't 100% in agreement with my decision. And what does that mean? Or what am I saying to you is, yes, it's important to have your support network. Your support network may not agree with you, may not agree all the time with your decision, but it's important you agree to disagree. So the fact that you disagree does not nullify the essence or the importance of your support network. So it's important. On that case in point, I do believe in God. I'd go to church, and they said, well, I need to avoid crowds. So as a result, going to church falls in that category of what I need to eliminate. And I said, I'm afraid. I love God. Um, God gives life. I cannot but go to church. So that was the other thing I had to decide, make up my mind on. And my wife wasn't having it as well. But we had to sit down, agree to disagree. And so your support network must be willing to ensure they give it the right support, to ensure that they stick by your decision, things that you want to still do to avoid fear in your mind. That is very, very important. As I said in my first episode, the fear of cancer kills people before the cancer kicks in to kill them. And that was what I was trying to avoid. So my support network, yeah, we had to agree to disagree. But most importantly, in selecting your support network, you must make sure that you select people of like mind to yourself. You need your support system. Cancer is terrible because there are times whereby cancer comes with pain, weakness, and all that. There are times whereby you will be so weak to do anything, but your support system will be strong to nudge you to keep going. There are moments when I get to the hospital and they do the test and the result was not what I was hoping for. That will lead me to shed tears, to cry. When will this be over? But my support system can place a hand on my shoulder and say it's going to be all right. There are times I couldn't pray. I was too weak to pray. But my support system can pray for me. So you need your support system. Support system will be able to run errands for you, do things that you cannot do. So it's very, very important. So I'm encouraging everyone that may be going through cancer, listening to me right now, to let you know, please, you need your support system. It's very, very important. People that can actually go along with you as you fight against cancer. So that is my message on episode 2, the need for your support system. And if you're listening to me and you're going through cancer, my mission on this channel is to, with all the episodes that I'll be releasing every week, 15 in total, is to share my life experience, undiluted, real and undiluted, to let people know that you can beat cancer. I survived cancer. And that is why I want to, for the rest of my life, to tell as many people as possible, to let them know, and especially if you are going through cancer, to let you know that you can beat cancer. And you will beat cancer. There is life after cancer. So please do subscribe. Can I indulge you to please send the link to anyone that you know that might be going through cancer? Because this will encourage them, for them to hear from me, someone that was diagnosed of leukemia. My bone marrow was 80% cancerous. But here am I today, a survivor. So thank you for watching. And I hope to see you soon, next week on episode 3. Have a good day. Bye for now.